Hi everyone, and welcome to day two of the Social Reset, my free masterclass showing you how to kind of get your motivation back in January with your social media. So yesterday I kind of covered off the fundamentals of why we need to be consistent, why we need to be visible, and how you can do that really simply. So if you haven't watched day one, the recording will be sent out to you either today or tomorrow. So please do have a look at that first. I would recommend watching day one first and then kind of plugging into this. So if you are watching this on a replay, most probably the best idea is to kind of stop now, go and watch day one. But if you are here live for day two, don't worry about it, okay? Because everything, if I don't cover something, it would have been covered yesterday. So what I'm going to share with you today is how to create a real simple social media strategy and plan for the next 90 days. And it is a very simple plan, but it's a plan that is going to get you engagement and reach, because that's the thing that we've got to make sure that our social media, we can put whatever we like out on social media, but if it isn't getting the end results of inquiries and sales and leads, it's not going to work. And the thing is, when you start doing everything that you need to do with your social media, so you're posting content daily, you're doing reels, you're doing stories, you're interacting with others, you're connecting with others, you're adding people to your groups, you're adding people to your business page, the magic starts to happen because you start to get more visible, you start to get into more people's heads, they start to see exactly what you do. So you need to make sure that you are getting out there. So one of the things that I want to share with you today is the process that I use to help me create my content on a month-to-month basis. Now, we plan our social media pretty much for the whole year because we have a business plan for the whole year. However, we don't go into fine detail of what that plan looks like. We break the year down into months, knowing full well that there's certain things that we need to cover. So, for example, we will go, okay, what is our focus for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. We then have a look and go, okay, where are the prime months? So we might do a launch on this month of this certain project. We might be launching something new. So when is that going to happen? So we have a clear plan of what is happening in the business. And this is where a lot of businesses struggle putting together their social media because they actually don't have a clue what is going on in their business. They kind of go month to month thinking, well, I need to pay my bills. I need to get some money in the bank. So let's just promote this. Or actually, I don't know what I'm promoting, but you need to make sure you have a plan for your business for the whole 12 months and map it out. Because when you know what you are doing in your business, your social media becomes so much clearer as well. And then also thinking of key dates within your business, or also seasonal things like that. Really make sure you're factoring that in as well. But there's other things that you need to look at and think about as well. If your business is seasonal, or for example, I take 6 weeks off over the summer holidays. So pretty much from the 20th of July up until around the 6th, 7th of September, I don't work. So I'm not delivering strategy days, I'm not doing experience days, I'm not doing trainings. So I need to think about what am I promoting within that kind of 6, 7 week period that's going to bring money into my business that means that I don't have to work. So you need to gear yourself up. But also, if you are somebody that wants to take time out when the schools are off, again, it's factoring all of that in as well and making sure you get into a routine so that when you are off, your social media is still going out because you are scheduling. Because I am somebody that takes every 6 weeks off because the kids are off. If the kids are off, I'm off. And it is as simple as that. But that is the business that I've built, and that works for me. So you have to do what works for you as well. And it is possible. I know it's possible because I helped 3 clients do it last year. It is just about getting into a habit. So I'm going to share with you how to get into that habit. It takes 21 to 28 days to create a habit. So this is something that is going to take time. It's going to take time to get used to, but once you get used to doing it, it becomes so much easier. But you need to decide how you're going to plan your social media. Are you going to use a paper document? So if you downloaded my planner yesterday, fantastic. If you didn't, don't worry, you will have it by the end of the week. And then that gives you kind of a document where you can plan everything. My planner gives you month by month, so January through to December, and it allows you to actually write on it if you want to print it off. That's not a problem. You don't have to print the whole planner. You can just pick and choose what you want to plan. Are you going to plan the whole month? Are you going to plan the whole quarter? Are you going to plan the whole year? Work with what works for you. You know, you may turn around and go, do you know what? I'm just going to plan out. I'm going to start now thinking about February. So let's plan. Yes, because we are halfway through the month. So now is a good time to start thinking about what your content is going to be for February. It's a good time to start thinking what you are doing in your business for February. So think about planning for February. Use this session to plan for February, March, April. Okay, and then it will give you ideas for January as well, because we still have 2 weeks left of this month. So if you haven't achieved your goals, whether they're financial or filling 10 spaces on this or getting a new client, there is still time. Don't be somebody that sits there on the 15th of the month and go, well, nothing's happened this month, so I'm just going to give up, because you will be amazed what you can do when you really put your mind to it and you have a plan and you know what you're doing. So we need to think, let's break this down, okay? Breaking it down into small pieces. And the easy way to kind of look at this, if I gave you a huge chocolate cake, you know, the round ones that you get on for birthdays that you can cut and it says, oh, it's 16 pieces. If I gave you that cake now while you're having your lunch and said, I want you to eat all of that today, you'd mostly go, do you know what? I'll give it a good go. I mean, we won't worry about the calories or any of the after effects, but we would mostly give it a good go. But we'll mostly get to one piece and feel rather sick, rather stressed, rather tired. We might need a nana nap, and we might regret it tomorrow, okay, because of the calorie intake. However, if I said to you, I'm going to give you this cake, but I'm going to cut it up into 30, 31 pieces, depending on what month it is, 28 if we're looking at February, and I want you to have a piece a day. You must go, that's great. I'm going to go make a cup of tea. I'm going to take 5 minutes out, drink my tea, have my little piece of cake, and all is rosy, because I'm not worrying about the calories. It hasn't made me feel sick. I don't feel guilty. It hasn't stressed and overwhelmed me. And our social media is pretty much the same way. Trying to do it all in one go is really stressful. And especially when you don't know where to start. Okay, so it is breaking it down into small pieces like we have the piece of cake so that we can manage it a lot easier. So what I always say is having your mind what you're planning in your business over the next 3 months, and then break your social media down into month by month. And then what you want to do is you want to then break it down into weeks by weeks. Because if I said to you, can you actually create social media content for 7 days? You'd mostly go, yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem. If I said to you, could you do it for a month? You'd mostly go, do you know what? Might be a bit hard, but I'll give it a go, because we're all up for giving things a go. I'm all for trying things once. Okay, if I like it, I'll do it again. If I don't, I'm out. But what will happen is if you try and do your social media for a whole month all in one go, you'll be like, yes, I'm done for February. I've got nothing else to think about. I've planned my social media. It's all scheduled. I'm raring to go. Then when it comes to March's social media, you've then gone, right, okay, so February's took me about 5 to 6 hours to do all of February. So I need to block a day out in February. Bearing in mind, February is a shorter month. We have less days. So you're then thinking, right, I need to block pretty much a whole day out to do my social media for March. The fear then starts coming back thinking, that's 5 to 6 hours. That's a long time. What am I going to do? What am I going to post? What am I going to create? You then look at your diary and you go, do you know what? I'm not feeling it today. I'll move it. So you move it to another day. You then get to that day, still not feeling it. I'm going to move it. And you move it and you move it. And do you know what? Before you know it, it's June and you haven't done anything else. And this is why it's easier to break it down. Now, what I am going to show you with the tips and the tricks, yes, you can plan your social media for 90 days. I'm going to give you ideas for those 90 days. However, what I do want you to remember is that we don't need to go and schedule and create 90 days worth of content because things change as well. So what I always say is work 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. If you find at the start that 7 days is too much, go 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Or it might be that you go 3, then go 4, then go 5 days, then go 6, then go 7. Build it up. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Do what works for you. It might be that you have a plan and you just do it each day because that is okay as well. You find what works for you. So we have a bit of a hybrid system within my business and for my social media. So we do a lot of scheduled content. So we have content that we use and repurpose on a regular basis. So we have our list that we talked about yesterday, all the products and services that I offer. And we have at least 4 posts for each of the products and services that I provide. And we have at least 4 graphics, different graphics that we can use for each of those. And they get shared on a rotation. And that's what we do. Okay, because it's about getting that out there. So yesterday, when I said about writing out your list of all your products and services, that's why. So we know that they're going out and we have a plan of when that's all going out, and that is all scheduled. I then have a random stuff like motivational quotes. I have a thing called Sam's Random Shit, which is just random thoughts that come into my head that go on social media. We share our testimonials. We not only are we sharing the list of products and services that we're doing, I will share top tips. I will share advice. I will share what is new happening on social media at the moment. So all of these things are built in. But unfortunately, if I get told today, because I normally spend 2 hours a day looking at articles, blogs, videos, looking to see what new trends are. If something comes in today, then I know I've got to get that out tomorrow. So I have to shift things around. But then there are things that I want to talk about as well. So we've got all the scheduled stuff going out, which is fantastic because that's all out there. But then there will be things that I want to talk about in the moment. So for example, today I put a post out about ruffling a few feathers about people offering services and then not delivering. And that's a post that I've been wanting to put out for a little while, and it went out today. And I just did that this morning because I felt it was the right day to actually put it out. But it was on the list. It's on the list. Okay. So we can do things in organic real time, but it's okay to schedule as well. And it is okay to schedule. It's not going to harm your reach. It's not going to harm your engagement. What it is going to do is it's going to improve your mental health and your stress levels massively. Because the other thing is as well, once you've got all these posts created for all your products and services, how easy is it just to kind of go, right, okay, we offer social media VIP experience days. Fantastic. I've got 4 different posts that highlight these days. I've got 4 different graphics. So if we want to promote that every single week, we can. If we want to promote it every 3 days, we can, because we go, right, option 1, that's going out on Monday. Then we might stick option 2 out on Thursday. Then we might stick option 3 out on the following Tuesday. And then we might stick option 4 out on the following Friday. That's 2 weeks worth of content on one product. Then when we go into week 3, we just go back to option 1 again. And then in between, we might be sharing testimonials. I might be doing reels on it, because what I want to do is I want to make sure that the main character in my soap opera, which is the experience days, is getting the airtime it needs. It's making sure that I'm building up that story so that people are seeing exactly what the experience days are, what they're going to get from them, and the results that they're going to get, and how that day is going to kind of pan out. But they also need to see social proof. So there's lots of things that you can do around that. So you don't have to sit there thinking, oh my God, I've got to come up with 365 pieces of content. And Sam says I've got to post 3 times a day, and I've got to do stories, and I've got to do reels. Oh my God, before I know it, I'm creating 1,000 pieces of content. No, not at all. Because it's about having a system that's going to work for you. So there are some tools that I use to help me do this. First of all, I'm going to go through my themes. So my themes are Monday, motivational and inspirational. Okay, you don't have to do these on these days, but this is a good way to start. These are good ways to kind of get basics. One of my clients rang me this morning. Well, she didn't ring me. She sent me a message saying, Sam, I'm stuck. Haven't got the motivation. I'm really, really struggling. What do I do? I sent her a 4-minute voice note saying, right, this is what I want you to do this week. This is what I want you to do next week. I basically gave her 2 weeks worth of content that she could do 2 posts a day, a reel a day, and a story a day. She came back and went, Sam, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm off to get it sorted now because I know exactly what I need to do now. And in those 4 minutes, that was it. She was able to kind of go, right, I can plan my social media because she knows that she's going to implement what I'm just going to show you now, and it's not going to take her long at all. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I don't have the time, you do have the time. It's about us making the time and the priority. It's a little bit like when someone asks us if we want to do something. Our initial reaction is, no, don't want to do that. You know, when you're walking down the high street and you see someone coming at you with a clipboard, our immediate reaction, well, mine is, no, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone, hoping that no one actually does ring me while I'm doing that. Because as human beings, we like to say no. When our children come and ask us something, what's the first thing we do? We go, no, 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 not doing that. That's not happening. Actually, let's think about saying yes, okay? And let's think about actually saying to ourselves, do you know what? I can get up 15 minutes earlier. I can guarantee you now, if you got up 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes earlier each day, and focus that time of just sitting in your PJs with a cuppa, whether it's a tea or a coffee in the morning, no interruptions whatsoever, and did your social media, you're set for the rest of the day. No problems at all because you've got your plan, so you know what you need to do. If you sat in the evening instead of scrolling through TikTok, looking at pointless videos of people trying on clothes or doing stupid things, there's nothing wrong with that. But think about turning that time into doing your social media for the following day. Massive difference, huge difference to your business and also your bank balance. So how do we do this all? So I use 4 things in my business to create my social media content. The first thing is ChatGPT. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to use AI. Yes, guys, it's okay to use AI to do your social media, but this isn't an AI training. There are a few rules that we are going to have to cover. I use Trello to store everything. Now, even if you don't have a team or anyone helping you with your social media, it's a good idea to start using a system like this. So there's Trello, Asana, Slack, Monday, whatever you want to use. Or if you've got a CRM system, anything like that, it's a really good idea to start using something now, because there will become a point where you'll want to outsource your social media or get someone to support you with it. And if you have got everything in a system that people can just go into and go, oh, okay, that's all of that, that's that, it will save you so much time. I use the National Day calendar and the Awareness Day calendar, okay? And that is it. Oh, and I use Canva as well to help me create some graphics. So we've got 5 things that we need, and you might add a scheduler onto that as well if you want to. So maximum thing, 6 things. Now, you don't have to pay for Trello, don't have to pay for ChatGPT if you don't want to, don't have to pay for Canva, but I would recommend it if you're using it every single day. National Days website's free, Awareness Days website is free as well. So out of that, you've got tools that are not going to implement any expenses into your business as well. So what I'm going to share with you now is how you can implement my schedule. So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to go into ChatGPT. Right. So I have, as I said, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. Now I have the paid version, the pro version. It's $20 a month. I would say it is worth it, massively worth it. I use it on a daily basis. As you can see here, today already, I've used it on, I've actually used it more than 3 occasions. There's some other bits that are missing from there, but that's what I've done. So what we want to do here is we want to make sure that we're using AI in the right way. There are some rules here that we need to make sure that we're doing. If you haven't used AI, go and have an explore. I use ChatGPT. It's the one that I recommend. I'm not affiliated, but I love it. You can set parameters in there, so you can ask it to do the King's English, whether you want lots of emojis. Now, there are some things that you need to be very, very mindful of. When you are using ChatGPT, please make sure you read through it. Make sure it sounds like you. The voice notes feature is absolutely brilliant. I prefer it on my phone, but because I actually talk to my ChatGPT, which is known as Fred, on a daily basis, it knows my tone, it knows my voice, it knows the way that I write things. You have to train AI. I've been using this now for 9 months and I've been training it just like you do a dog. You need to train it because if you don't train it, it's not going to get to know you. So the more you use it, the more it is. Now, with the paid version, you've got a thing called projects. I love projects. Now, it is available on the app on your phone, but I love it on desktop because you can actually add projects. You can't add projects on your phone. And the reason why I love projects is because you can just categorize everything. Now, before that, I used to just have like little tabs down the side. But this means that you can keep everything together. So my suggestion is if you have got AI and you're using ChatGPT, go and create a folder, so a project or a folder for each of your products and services. And every time you're creating some content or an email or a blog that is linked to that product or service, make sure you go in there and you keep everything together because this creates a file for you. This creates something. So for example, if I turn around to my team and say, right, okay, you want my January social media content, it's all in ChatGPT. If you want a post on social media, on the social media planner, it's in ChatGPT. It is there. It's there for them to go and use. The plan is there, the content is there. I don't have to do anything else. And they know what graphics they then need to do within Canva. It's perfect. It's perfect for me because if my team creates something, I know that I can go in and I can just pick it up or I can edit it to suit. So what are we going to do? We're going to create a new project. Okay, so we're going to call it February Social Media Content. Okay, and we're going to create a plan. Now, you may be saying, hold on a minute, Sam, you said 90 days. Okay, yes, because what you do in February, you duplicate for March and you duplicate for April. It is as simple as that. That's all you are doing. You don't need to reinvent the system. What you do for 1 month, what you do for 1 week, what you do for 1 day, just repeat, 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 because it's easy to do this. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to ask Fred to give me some social media content for the month of February. So can you please always say please and thank you? Create a 28-day plan for the month of February for content based on social media tips, advice. Okay, you need to put your prompts in because this is the key. If you need to be telling your ChatGPT or any AI exactly what you want, it can't think for you until you have trained it. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a moment. So can you please create a 28-day plan for the month of February for content based on social media tips, advice. Also, I need to share my VIP experience days, social media management, membership, social mind, lead magnets such as the planner, and hashtags, and also elevate to success. Now, because all of my products and services are already in AI, all the information is there. So very, very simple, okay? My target audience is business owners who are feeling stressed and overwhelmed with their social media and want to be more consistent and visible. Okay. The other thing I love about this, I'm dyslexic, so it picks up all my spelling and it just creates all my grammar and everything else. Right, ready? Let's watch the magic happen. So I've asked it a very, very simple prompt, okay, and this is all you need to do. You don't need to overcomplicate it. And what it's going to do now for me is it is going to break down posts, okay? So it is giving me a plan. It's not giving me the content, it's giving me a plan. So I can get my planner out and I can go, brilliant, this is absolutely fantastic. I have got, oh, we've got a, why have we got that? Hold on a second. Let's start that again. And the great thing is what you can do with this, if you need multiple posts per day, you can actually go in and say, can you actually create me 2 or 3 posts a day? Can you actually give me 2 ideas a day? Can you give me a reel idea for the day as well? So you can give me a post, a reel, and a story idea. It will do all of that for you. Okay, so let's let this run. But can you see already, just by giving it that prompt, it's helping me. It is giving me a plan. It's giving me a call to action. I don't have to use all of this, but what it is doing, it's taking away that blocker when we're sitting there. How many of you sit there and go, right, I'm at my desk and I've got the keyboard in front of me. I need to write a social media post. I don't know what to write. Oh my God, I'm stuck. What do I write? I don't know what to do. That's okay. That's not a problem. We'll just look at doing that. Okay. So we've got that. Then what we do is we go in and we will then look at how we're going to store this, because we need to store it for people. We need to know where this is all going to go. So the way that we do this is by thinking to ourselves, right, okay, let's think. Let's think about how we do this. We need a system, and that's all it is. It is a system. So I use Trello, okay? Most of you will know Trello, and I store everything in here. So, oh, I did create a board for February and it's gone. Let me just, actually, do you know what I might have done? I might have actually put I might have put that. So once we've got everything, I'm just going to do this while I let chat do what it needs to do. Okay. So we've got a board now. So in Trello, you can set up different projects. Okay, it's a free version. Then you can set up your boards, okay, and your cards, and you can create a card. And in here, what I do is I will put, right, what is the February content going to be? So I will add content ideas, and all I'm doing is I will then share what ChatGPT has given me and put it in there. Then I break it down into weeks, okay? And that's really easy to do as well, because then all you're kind of doing, right, this is Monday, this is Tuesday. So you might want to go, right, Monday, and then that's that. And then you want to go Tuesday, and then you go Wednesday, and then you go Thursday, and so on and so on. You work with Trello or these kind of boards how you want to work. It's all about how you create a system, so how it works. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. So I will put all my content ideas in a board so that we know what we've got. And then what I will do is I'll break it down. So I will go week 1. Okay. So we've got week 1 there. I'll go week 2, week 3, and week 4. And then in the weeks, I will then I create checklists. Okay. So then you can have checklists in there of what you need to do. And then you can put in there, okay, what is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you have an idea of what you're doing. But as you can see here, every single product and service that I have, we have we have social media, we have ideas in here, we have absolutely everything, because we want to make sure that everything is visible. So hopefully that has finished now. Oh crap, where did that go? Hold on a sec, sorry. Press the wrong bloody button. Terrible. Right, okay, where are we? February, there we go. Okay, so we've got our plan. Brilliant. Okay, so we've all got our plan. Okay. Now, what we need to do now with our plan is we're going, right, what is day 1? So day 1 is an introduction post. So we want to copy this, and then we're going to go in and we're going to go, please, can you expand on this and create a social media post? Okay, and we can do that. And then what that's going to do now is it's going to give us a post. It's going to give us Word. Okay, easily done. Right, these are my tips now for these are my tips for making sure that you're using AI in the right way. So one of the things that is very, very evident that you're using AI is when you're saying, hey, business owners, or calling all business owners. Let's get rid of that. Okay. This is fine. Let's kick off February with a fresh approach. Not a problem at all. And then when we're using emojis, the maximum emojis you want to use in a post is around 6, unless you're using bullet points. So you want to make sure that you're not too heavy on the emojis. Now, when you go to share or copy this, what it will do, it will copy this bottom bit here. So where it says, how is this intro post for you? It's going to copy that. And if there's anything at the top, it will copy that as well. So when you are using it on your social media content, make sure that you haven't got those bits in. I had to message someone the other day, just out of courtesy, just to say to them, have you just shared your posts direct from AI? And they were like, yeah, why? I said, well, you've left the bit at the bottom where it normally says, if you would like any changes, please let me know. So that's what we need to make sure that we're getting rid of as well. Now, it has given me some hashtags, but I'm not going to use those. And normally what I will do is I will kind of do my own call to action as well on the end of that. So send in someone the right way, or I'll ask them a question about their experience. What do they hate? What do they love? So again, we've got a post, and you can do exactly the same thing, every single thing that you are doing. Okay, so you've got all of this. Now, when you've got all of these posts and it's bringing out all the things that you are doing, you need to build in other things. So as I said before, you've got Monday, which could be inspirational and motivational. So what you could do here is say, can you please create a social media post that is inspiring and motivation? Okay, it might be, oh, come on, motivational. It might be that you see a motivational quote that you want to share. So if you see a motivational quote that you see, and you're like, do you know what? I'm gonna share that instead. So you see a nice quote and you want to put it out, put the image or the wording of the inspirational quote into ChatGPT and ask it to create a post that is based around that. So again, we haven't got to think much about it. But you, as I said, as you go along and train it more, it will start to think like you and be like you as well. Okay. Tuesday, share top tips. So please create a social media post that is sharing a tip to make social media easier. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, and it's just giving me a tip, and then I can just tweak it slightly on how I want to do that. I can then turn that into a carousel on Instagram. I can turn that into a reel, and I could mostly share it as a story as well. Okay, so a reel, when I talk about reel, short form video that goes on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, anything that's anything from 8 seconds to 90 seconds long. So there we go. How easy is that? Now, Wednesday, I would always kind of look at sharing behind the scenes, sharing what's going on in your business. So again, it might be, can you give me some ideas of what I could post about the behind the scenes in my business? Because it's knowing me, it's getting to know me, so it knows exactly what it needs to do. So it's giving me a day in the life, preparing an event. Okay. Content creation, client work, team collaboration. It's given me lots of things that I can share. Okay. So you don't have to be alone. This will save you absolutely hours. And don't feel that you're cheating. Don't feel that you are doing yourself misjustice. Use it. It is there to use. Okay. Because if you're not using it, somebody that does what you do will be. So there we go. I've got, if I wanted to do one of these once a week, I've got 15 weeks worth of content there. How amazing is that? You can do the same with, can you give me 12 social media tips to share on my social media posts? Okay. So again, if I do this, that's then giving me content for Tuesdays for over the next 3 months. Thursdays, think about sharing your testimonials and your reviews and your case studies, but also sharing that social proof as to why people are using you as well. Okay. And then Friday, you might want to have a little bit of fun, but you might be struggling. So can you give me some ideas for what I could post on a Friday that shows the fun side of me and gets people engaged? Right, okay, and again, it's now going to give me lots of posts. Okay, lots and lots of ideas. And again, you can expand on these. So for example, if I want to go, oh, do you know what? I'm not sure about that. You go, can you please expand on this for me? Oh, hold on a sec, it's just finishing off. Oh, we've got 13. There we go. So again, we've got nearly 3 months worth of content for Friday. And now we're just going to do this bit, so we'll let it just wake up. But again, can you now see how simple this actually is? But the other thing you've got to think of as well, when you've got all your products and services lined up here, so we've got all my projects here, I can just go in and just create a post. So for example, if I've got a free social media group, so what I can do is, can you please create a post for the group to invite people to join? Okay, so there we go, and it's just going to create a post for me. Don't need to give it anything else because I've already done that. I've already given it the information that it needs about the group because I've been storing information in there for a long time. Okay, so it's really, really easy how you can use ChatGPT. Oh, where did that go? We lost that post then. What was I asking it to do? I was asking it to expand on the fun things, wasn't I? So let's go back to that one. I think it was, let's go this one. Actually, let's do this one. Okay, because we might want to do a bit of a longer post. Please, can you expand on this for me? Okay. So you can do a short post or you do a longer post. It's entirely up to you. One week you might want to do the short one. The next one you might want to do the longer one. So again, there's no right and there's no wrong. But again, this gives you content for real. So if we then said, can you please give me ideas for a real short form video for each day based on the information above. Okay. And then when you've got this, you're breaking it down. You're just easily breaking it down. You've got everything that you need to do. You just need to schedule it. You might want to just add a graphic with it. Again, if you've got all these real ideas, you can sit in front of your phone, your camera, and just get working through them very, very easily. You might want to change your top a couple of times, change the way that your hair is, if you've got long hair. So again, it's just giving you lots of ideas of what you can do. Nice and easy. So it's saving you hours of, and it's saving your brain power as well. We think of I think it's like over 70,000 thoughts go in our head every single day. So then when you've got to think about your social media as well, it's just blowing your mind, isn't it? So once you've got all of this, you've got your organization tool to store everything, if that's what you want to use. Now, other things that you might want to kind of input in is like national calendar days. So these are national days. These are days that you can use in your social media. Now I'm going to look at January, and they're really, really good to kind of use. Let me just go on the days. That's it. They are American, so National Day is an American calendar. But the great thing is we actually do use quite a lot in the UK. So go through them and have a look. And I mean, I'm not surprised that the 1st of January is Hangover Day. Most people will spend the day before getting very, very drunk. But again, pick out the ones that you like or resonate with you or your business. Don't go and use them for the sake of using them, because again, if you go and use them for the sake of using them, you'll just end up sharing national days unless that is your kind of plan and that's what you want to do. So go and have a look through them. There's the whole year is there. You can actually request a printed calendar off them. And if you get the printed calendar, it's brilliant. Just download it, print it off, and then you can just have a visual look of what is kind of going on. And just share them. Just go and have a look. Now, Awareness Days, this is a UK site. So again, they're more for the UK market, but they have national months, national weeks, or awareness weeks, awareness months, and awareness days. So again, you might think, oh, do you know what? National Hug Day on the 21st of January. So it might be, what events are you going to this year? Who am I going? It's National Hug Day. Who will I be seeing to give a hug to? You've got other ones here where Walk Your Dog Month, so get your walking up. If you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, you might want to share that. You might want to have a photograph of you eating some popcorn and going, why not? It's National Popcorn Day. You might want to raise some awareness next week, and just saying, look, you know, have you gone and had your smear test? When was the last time you did it? Take 2 minutes today to pick up the phone and book that. You might love reading. So again, you might want to share that. Don't be afraid to share them, but don't overshare them. So don't kind of think, oh, I'm going to do one every day just for the sake of it. I'm going to do Australian Day, but I have no interest in Australia or nobody that I know over there. So make sure that they are connected to what you do. Your child might be interested and love dinosaurs. So Dinosaur Day, why not? So there's lots that we can do, but it just helps us kind of fill in those gaps as well. Because if you're thinking, right, I'm going to post a product and a service today. Oh, there's a national day that I can also post. And then it might be that you post another product and service as well. So again, think about how you can integrate all of this into everything you do. And then of course you've got Canva that are there to help you design really, really great graphics. Now, one of the things that you can do on ChatGPT, and I'm not a huge fan of this, okay, is you can link your Canva to it and it will help you design graphics. So what you can do is, if we go back into the plan and I go back up to here, it doesn't always work. It's really glitchy. As I said, I'm not a huge fan. So we'll see if it will work. But if you do have the paid version on Canva, there's another thing, a paid version on AI, ChatGPT, there's another one. Please create an image for this, or recommend a template to use. Okay, and we can do that and see what it does. As I said, it's not always great. And the stuff that comes back, sometimes it's easier just to go to Canva and pick it from there, but it's just giving you some options to show you how easy it can be. Okay, so let's see what it's come up with. We'll wait for this to finish and I'm going to click on this link and see what it is. Okay, there we go. So let's click on that now. Oh, we'll wait for option 2 because we can't do anything until it's finished. Okay, so what it's actually done here, so if I click on that now, it's going to take me to my Canva account and it's going to open up the image. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got an image there, we've got a template. So rather than going to search for a template, I could just go in there and go, do you know what? I've got a carousel, I can just change the images, change the wording, change the colours and the font, and I'm good to go. I think it should, here we go, story template. Now, I'm not a huge fan of designing stories in Canva. The reason for this being is Stories last 24 hours. They're not going to get hundreds of thousands of likes, okay? And the amount of time that you would spend creating something in Canva is going to take you time. It is quicker just to go into Instagram, upload an image, put some text on it, maybe add a graphic, a GIF or something like that, and you're done. Okay, you don't need to be, if you are spending more than 2 to 3 minutes creating a story, then you need to stop, because that's just taking up too much of your time. All right, you need to be focusing that time on your content. So now that we've got our plan for February, all we need to do now, so we can come out of this, and what we can do is go, can you now do the same for March? Okay. And all we're going to do is just going to pick up what we've already done, because it's taking all the data from February to start creating a content for March. Here we go. All right. And it's going to give us a plan. And again, you can break it down. Okay. So think about how you can start creating your plan. Think about how you build your products and services. Think about how you're building your themes in, your motivation, your tips, your behind the scenes. Bring it all in, but also give yourself that flexibility so that if something does come to mind, you put it. So one of the things that I do use Trello for, and this is something that I use on a daily basis, is I have a daily task. And in that daily task, I can't open it because unfortunately there's client information in there that I can't share. But what I do is in that, I will have everything that I need to do on a daily basis. So making sure I'm interacting with my group, my membership, making sure I'm doing my reel, making sure what posts are going out. But I have a list of all the ideas that come into my head. So this morning, my daughter forgot her cooking stuff for school. So I had to drive to school to drop it off, which cleared my head, gave me some free space. So while I'm in the car, I'm thinking of ideas. So as soon as I got to school, before I went in, I sat in my car, opened up my Trello, went onto my social media idea board, and just wrote down some ideas that came into my head for social media content. So make sure, whether it's in your notes section, a Trello system, even if it's in ChatGPT, that you've got an idea, make sure you're writing it down. Post-it notes, use post-it notes, okay? Don't rely on keeping them all up here, because when it comes to you sorting out your social media, you won't have them. You can even create a project that's called social media ideas. So what we could do, we've created that project, and if I go into, let me just go into my Trello now. If right, okay. So let me just need to copy something. No, that's not working on there. So client needed help with getting motivation back with her social media. So I gave her 2 weeks worth of content over a 4-minute voice note. Okay, so I've saved that now. Okay, so that is there. And then what it's doing, it's now just giving me a post. It's just giving me content. So that's there. It's all done. It's all done for me. And if I want to tweak that, I can just go in and just go, right, could you expand on this? Could you actually say, you know, this is why? So can you expand and share that this is what you get when you work with me via my social mind? Okay. And that's it. So again, we can get it to tweak, and it's in there. From an idea, I've now created a post. So because my social media ideas are in there, when it comes to planning, or I know, oh, do you know what? I want to put that out. I've got a post. So this is a piece of content that I'm going to put out tomorrow. So it's all done. I don't have to worry. All I've literally got to do is just read through it quickly, make sure it all sounds like me, which it pretty much does. I just changed the word program because I spell program with a double M and an E on the end, not the American version. And that's it. I'm good to go. I can put a picture out quite easily, and that's it. So I want you to think about how easily you can create social media content. Okay. I love that, Jane, that yours is called Buddy. Because yeah, it's nice having names. We need to, if you've ever watched Terminator, we need to be really kind to our AI. So I hope you found that really, really useful. If you have got any questions, please do put them in the chat, and I'm happy to answer them for you. We've got a few minutes. But what I would like to do now is just kind of say thank you to you for joining over the last 2 days. The recordings will be sent out to you, but we are now opening the doors to my Simplify Your Socials, my social media community stroke membership. We're a year old on the 1st of February, and we're going from strength to strength, and we open the doors 3 times a year. And we're opening the doors now for everybody to join. And the best thing is, if you join before the end of the month, you're going to get it for £37 a month for a lifetime. You can cancel whenever you like. There is no contract with this. If you don't like what you get from me, you can go. But I love the fact that we've got so many people that have been with us from day one, and we're getting people kind of just sneak in all the time. So we are opening the doors now to let more people in. So the price will go up on the 1st of February to £47 because it's been 37 quid for a year. And I keep getting people saying to me, it's too cheap, Sam. And that why? Because every day you get a content idea and accountability from me. We do monthly challenges. Our challenge this month is actually accountability. So I'm making sure people are posting every day, not just posts, but reels and stories. I'm in my membership every single day. Every other Wednesday, you get access to me. So today is the day that people in my membership will message me and ask me anything, and they can message me as much as they like. I do a monthly training session as well as a monthly planning session to help you plan your social media for the month as well. So in that hour, you're switching off planning your social media. You get Canva graphics that you can edit. We also have some amazing guest speakers coming in as well. You also have a library of videos that you can go back and watch, and I'm always creating new videos as well. So when someone says to me, Sam, how do you do this? Or Sam, what about that? I will go off and create a video, and it goes into the hub. And also you're part of an amazing community because it has built an amazing community. So if you would like to jump in and just test the water, the QR code is there. If you haven't got the QR code, I have put the link there. It's a bit of a long link, but I will put the information in the chat as well for you. But also one of the things that I am offering as a bonus, if you join before the end of, oh, just bear with me a second. If you join before the end of the month, oh, what's happened here? I can't get back onto the screen now. It's gone. Yeah, if you join before the end of the month, what will happen is you will get, why has this happened? I'll do it now. You will get access to a training day with me in Northampton in March. We haven't confirmed the date yet, and the reason why we've not confirmed the date is because I'm just confirming with the location, with the venue that we're going to use. And on that day, I will be going through lots of more things that you will need, and that's for the first 30 people that join. So I've put in the chat the information. So if you would like to sign up, that would be absolutely amazing. I'd love to see you there. And to be fair, what I've kind of shared with you today is just an example of the kind of information you will get from me and everything else. But yeah, that day is for you guys to come along, There's going to be the other people there from the membership as well. So don't worry. I know a couple of you that are in here are in the membership already. You will get an invite to that day anyway, as part of being as an anniversary present for being in the group, in the membership for a year. So you will get a day, and it's a great way to network. We're going to have breakfast, lunch, and last year we ran it as well, and it was an amazing day last year as well. So if you do have any questions, please do let me know. I'm just going to go through the questions now and see if I've got anything. So last week he was called, Jane said last week he was called Sparky, and asked him each week what he would like to be called him. Oh, I love that. I love that you're giving him a new name. So okay, so Shishan is using ChatGPT, but not to that extent. It's amazing what you can use it for. You can even go and create your blogs. It can create your copy for you, because once you've trained it, it becomes an additional team member. It becomes part of you. So start using it, run things through it. So if you do go off, so for example, I created some email automation this morning for myself, and then I've just run it through ChatGPT just to go, do you know what? Is there anything I've missed? You know, there's lots of things that you can use it for. It's an amazing tool. Pippa said, great refresh and picked up some new tips. So love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. But you know, this is what I want you to think about now, is how you're going to implement this. Okay. You need to make sure that you are implementing it, because if it's all right you spending the time investing, you know, you haven't invested any money over these last 2 days, you've invested your time. So please do go and implement these things, because it will make a massive difference, and it will make a difference to your business as well. So we've got a few minutes before I need to dash, because I do have another call. But if you've got any other questions and you don't want to put them in here, please do message me privately. If you want to know more about the membership, again, message me privately. You know, this isn't a hard sell. This is just a way that I can continue to help you and do all the things, you know, making sure that you're accountable, making sure that you've got your plan, because I've just shown you how to do 90 days. But what if I said to you that once a month you can actually turn off your phone, close down your diary, but have that hour each month to go, do you know what? I've planned all my social media for the coming month, because that's what we do. And I give you lots of tips. So it's a co-working session, but it's also where I'm offering tips and advice as well. So thank you so much for joining. As I said, if you do have any questions and you're watching us on the replay, please do reach out to me. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of the week. The recordings will be sent out over the next 24, 48 hours. And I look forward to seeing you. And if we're not connected on socials, let's connect on socials, because I'd love to know more about what you all do. Anyway, take care. Bye.